Hello there, adventurers, and welcome to Wally DM. You know, when you're introducing new players to the game and starting them off on first level, you're playing Dungeons and Dragons. And for a new player, dragons might interest them. They're like, oh, this is going to be cool, a fantasy world with dragons in it. The dungeons part is really easy. There's first level characters, first time players. You send them on a dungeon crawl, fight a few skeletons, a few kobolds, and you've got that part covered. But as far as dragons go, characters take a long time to get up to the level where they would be able to fight a dragon. So for new players that are just starting the game, and you've played 4 or 5 sessions, they've advanced to second, third level, and they haven't fought a dragon yet, and they're playing Dungeons and Dragons. So what I was thinking was, let's do some quest ideas where you can introduce new players in their very first or second gaming session ever, and you can introduce them to dragons in your D&D or Pathfinder world. So here's a few quest ideas for Dungeons and Dragons. So the first quest idea is actually similar to something I've used in the past with my Pathfinder campaign. And the group of 4 adventurers and the 4 players that we have came to this town. They were looking for a magical bow or whatnot. And they met some of the townsfolk and decided to help them. Apparently all of the half-humans, half-elves, half-orcs, things of that nature, were disappearing. And there's been a lot of troglodyte activity. And they also found out that one of the town's sacred items, a silver lute or a silver whistle, was missing. So the party members ended up going to a dungeon just outside of town and up in the mountainous regions, and they found out that the troglodytes were kidnapping these half-breeds because it was a favorite dinner of a red dragon. So at the end of the gaming session, they encountered these prison cells, and there's all these half-humans in there from town, and the party frees them. What they also found after they had a big boss battle with a lot of troglodytes was this silver whistle. So the party releases all the prisoners, makes their way back to town with the silver whistle and the half-humans, and then a red dragon comes screeching in. He's a little angry because the adventuring party had just released all of its food. But they used the silver whistle to summon a silver dragon who was a protector of the town. And it comes in, runs off the red dragon, and the quest is solved. So something that I've used before my Pathfinder campaign, worked out really well. We had the guys launching arrows at the red dragon while it was coming into town and stuff, and it was really cool. And they were only 3rd level, yet they still got a gaming session where they encountered a dragon. So sticking with the guardian dragon idea, this quest or subquest can be started as early as level 1 on your very first gaming session. And the PCs are familiar in their hometown that there is a gold dragon that is the town's protector. And same time every day, the gold dragon flies, does a circle around the town, and then goes back to its lair, which is a few miles away. And every time it does this, the townsfolk look up and marvel and cheer. And maybe one of the PCs has even spoken to this dragon before. But you can introduce the players to this gold dragon, and maybe a day or two in game time, they look up and the dragon's not making a circle. It's not making its scheduled flight. So the PCs are given the subquest that they need to go up a couple miles up to the gold dragon's lair and see what happened to him. Where's he at? What's going on? And this could, anything can happen. Maybe the gold dragon is there. Maybe he lost his memory. Maybe he flew off to help someone else. Somebody else was in trouble. Or maybe the gold dragon is depressed. Or maybe he's angry at something. Maybe the townsfolk did something wrong. Maybe he's got a stomachache, ate something bad, and needs some kind of healing or some kind of help. and in turn, the gold dragon gives the PCs another sub-quest to go on. So anything you can do there, and like I said, just introducing a dragon on a level 1 to brand new players, and including a side quest or a sub-quest that involves them seeing an actual dragon. Here's a sub-quest idea called Spy on the Dragon, and this could be, you know, for second or third level players. They need to do some recon and spy on a dragon. Maybe they just come into town and there's a shifty old wizard or a fighter in a tavern or whatnot, and there is a old blue dragon that owes him money, or he's worked with in the past, and he hires the adventurers to, he says, don't get close or anything, I just need you to go up and peer and see if it's up there, or what's it doing, or whatever, or what have you. And if the players are brave enough to accept this, or if the money's good enough, maybe they go up to spy on the dragon, and they'll see something that could lead to another subquest, or get a little bit of information and take it back to the person that hired them. Or maybe they're out there trying to spy on the dragon and they don't see him anywhere, and all of a sudden they feel, you know, the dragon's nostrils flaring up behind them, and they just got caught trying to spy on him. And now maybe this dragon say, you know, who hired you to, you know, come up here? And now he's trying to pry some information out of the PCs. So again, just another idea there to for second, third level new players to see a blue dragon, or what color, or whatever color you have. There could be a subquest called the Angry Dragon. So maybe there's a red dragon that's terrorizing the town. Maybe it's just looking for dinner, or it's angry because somebody took something away from him or her, like an egg or an item or a piece of treasure, or someone didn't fulfill a promise. So the players are in this town, and this red dragon's coming in, and it's pissed off, and it's picking people off left and right and torching buildings or something like that. So maybe now the low-level adventurers, you know, your first, second, third level adventurers, maybe they need to go find people for help. Maybe there's some very, very high-level NPCs that they need to go find that have ventured over to the next town over, or live in the next town over. So not really a quest involving a dragon, but you know, new players are seeing, wow, you know, this red dragon's coming in and torching the place or whatever else, and now they're tasked with to go find help from some high-level NPCs to help solve the problem. Another really simple quest idea is maybe the PCs are hired to take something to a dragon. So again, it's got to be the players' characters have to be a little bit brave to go and face a dragon at such low levels and stuff, but maybe they're going up to see a copper dragon or a silver dragon, so maybe one of the nicer ones. So they're just tasked with the responsibility to take an item, or take a message or some kind of information up to, let's say, the silver dragon, you know, a few miles away, and deliver it to them. And you know, it actually gives, like I said, new players, it gives them a little bit of taste of there being dragons in their world. So, kind of along those same lines is tribute to a dragon. Maybe they come into a town, or they live in a town where every day, every week, every month, the townsfolk have to take tribute to this dragon, or take a sacrifice up there. Maybe it's money, maybe it's food, maybe it's you know, gems or a magical item. Maybe the town is challenged with, they have to have adventurers go out and find magical items. The dragon requires, you know, 3 or 4 magical items every month as tribute, and to leave the townsfolk alone, or something like that. Or I kind of touched on this in a previous quest video. Maybe the dragon needs a bard up there to sing a song to him. Maybe it likes to be soothed with music or something like that. And this can be something that ties into new characters, maybe into their backstory or something. Maybe you know, when you first start a game out, this is you know, this is legend or lore. You know, like Nikon, the white dragon, lives up at the top of the mountaintop or whatever else, and every month you know, the townsfolk have to go up and pay the tribute, and the white dragon will leave them alone. So tribute to a dragon, that could be another sub-quest you could give your players. Speaking of quests, maybe they encounter a dragon that gives them a quest, and they need to take go seek out a person. or find an item, or take a message to them. I think Force Hunters, maybe one of Matt Mercer's campaigns that are on YouTube, I believe, had an old gold dragon that needed the players to go to find something for him, but the dragon itself was too old to go bouncing around. So again, just something that the players encounter a dragon and it gives them a quest to go on. So our final quest idea would be, let's say that our players had just finished their very first adventure, and we start the next gaming session and they've just advanced to level 2, and they're all sitting in a bar or a tavern. They're having some drinks and getting something to eat and plotting out their next adventure, and all of a sudden they hear a loud, thunderous noise and a boom and the ground shaking, and everyone runs outside to see what's going on, and a dragon has crash landed into town, maybe taking out a few buildings, a few people and stuff like that. Maybe it's sick or hurt, was just in a battle, and the players can go up and talk to it. Maybe it's got some information to pass on and then it dies or something like that. Or maybe they go out and they find out that the dragon's dead to begin with, and they need to figure out what happened, how did this get here, or just how do you get this big old dragon out of town. So maybe they're tasked with that. How do you move this thing? And just another idea, have a dragon crash land into town and kind of see what the PCs do and build your story from there. So that's all I have for you today. Just some quests and sub-quests idea. Like I said, when you get new players into the game and their first, second, third level, the game is Dungeons and Dragons, so let's get some dragons in there. So maybe send them out. Try to incorporate a dragon somehow into your story, into a player's backstory, or send them out on a quest or subquest where it doesn't involve fighting a dragon, but at least they get to encounter and interact with them. So that's all I have for you today. What did you think of the video? Are there some ideas that you can think of or you've done before where you've included dragons with player characters that are first, second, or third level? I would love to hear about them, so make sure you comment below and let me know. If you liked the video, make sure to like, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching, and as always, on to the next.